welcome to another video, and in today's video we will be doing our Survivor Series 2023 predictions. Now this card is probably one of the cards I think most people have been most excited for the entire year. Maybe not because of it being Survivor Series and WarGames, maybe because of things that could potentially happen at WarGames or Survivor Series. Yeah, we'll kind of get into those things later on, but yeah. How are you feeling about going into this card?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Obviously, I think most people are more ready for the Survivor Series actual match, the WarGames match, I guess I should say. And yeah, I think that's where a lot of people's excitement are, considering they did the same matches on Raw for the past 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, kind of get straight into things. We only have a 5-match card, but starting off with the match that doesn't really have too much going on for it. It's kind of just a little feud going on. But we have Carillo taking on Santos Escobar in a normal match. Who do you have for this one?
I think for this one, I'm going to go Santos Escobar. It obviously makes sense to build him up. The only reason why they're really having this match is because Ray was hurt. I think Carlito kind of took his place, it feels like. So yeah, I think they'll make him strong, and then when Ray comes back, you'll finally get, Ray's big payoff against him.
Yeah. Pretty agree with everything you said. I think Santos kind of needs the win here. Carlito, even though he kind of just recently came back, he doesn't need the win here. I think Santos needs it more. And yeah, this match, not too excited for, but I mean, not hating on or anything like that, just other things to look more forward to, But moving on from that, we have the Women's World Champion, where you have Rhea Ripley defending it against Zoe Stark. And who do you have for this one?
I think for this one, I'm gonna have Rhea retain. I think she'll probably be one of the last Judgment Day members with a belt when it's all said and done. And yeah.
Yeah, I think Rhea wins here. I don't really see Zoe being the one to finally end her reign. She's held it for roughly 8 months now, so I don't think that's going to end really until Mania, maybe Rumble. But yeah, I kind of just don't see Zoe ready for the belt, really. I think she's good, and I think she has potential to eventually win the belt, but as of right now, I don't see it happening, especially with Rhea being really just the most dominant women's wrestler right now on the roster. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Rhea on this one. Next up, we have Gunther defending against The Miz for the Intercontinental Champion. This is kind of like, who is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of this modern era? Miz, the guy who's held it 4 or 5 times now, I believe. Gunther, who's only held it once, but is the longest reigning. So there's a lot going for this match. And who do you have for this one?
I'm gonna go with Gunther. Actually, I'm gonna go with Miz. Only because I actually think Gunther will probably move on to the World Heavyweight belt potentially. So yeah, actually I'm gonna go with the Miz, surprisingly.
Okay. I'm gonna go Gunther. I think he's on a dominant role right now, and losing to the Miz, although it is the Miz, I think as of right now in 2023, losing to the Miz, who hasn't won many matches this year, is kind of diminishing of what Gunther has built up over the past year and a half now. So I just don't really see it happening. But yeah, I think Gunther is phenomenal. I think Miz is still good, and Gunther has been able to carry his own as well in these promo battles they've been having, especially this past week on Raw. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for this match because I think Miz, when he wants to or when he needs to prove people wrong, he will step it up. He can hang with a lot of people than when people think sometimes. And Gunther, we all know he's phenomenal. One of the best wrestlers, not in WWE, but in just all of wrestling right now. I think he's just truly one of the best. But yeah, I'm going to take Gunther on this one. Next up, we have the Women's WarGames match, where we have Bianca Belair, Charlotte Shotzi, and Becky Lynch teaming up against the Damage Control, which is Bayley, Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. And who do you have for this one?
I think I'm gonna go probably Damage Control, I guess.
Yeah.
I assume that they'll probably get a big win, and then there'll be someone turning their back on somebody. or maybe Asuka kind of turn her back since she's not like officially a part of Damage Control, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think something will happen within them soon.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go the Damage Control side. I think they really need this one. I think because they've been in the company for over a year now, or about a year and a few months now, and they've won the women's tag team titles. Io has won the main women's title, but as a team, they haven't really done much. I would say they lost against Lita, Trish, and Becky at Mania, which I do think was the right decision at the moment, but in the long run, I think it kind of hurt them a little bit. And yeah, this team is just like insanely stacked. Three of the best wrestlers currently in WWE. You have Io, Asuka, and Kairi. Kairi also recently returning, so I kind of think it's setting up her to win. But yeah, I'm going to go Damage Control side, but also really happy for Shotzi to be in this big moment. Last year, we kind of seen people like Mia Yim and Nikki Cross who were in this similar situation, kind of being thrown in. And I hope she has a good chance of shining, and also she's willing to do those big, crazy bumps as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one as well. But going into what is presumably the main event, the men's WarGame match, where we have a Judgment Day taking on Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and the newly announced member, the fifth member, is Randy Orton. Now, who do you have for this one?
I think it's pretty safe to say that Orton's gonna get his win coming back. I assume they'll probably have some big build leading toward him coming out, where he'll probably be like the last one, and they'll probably have a numbers advantage against them, and then he'll probably come in and clean up a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna go with whatever you would call that team. Or
Team good guys, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just it's everything. Everything's setting up for it to be Randy Orton and for them to win this match. I'm kind of just ready for this to be over, even though I don't think it'll be immediately over after Survivor Series. I think it'll still bleed out for a few more weeks, and then maybe by the end of the year we'll be fully done, or maybe by like mid-December we'll be fully done with Judgment Day versus these same guys we've been seeing since pretty much Backlash, basically, or before Backlash even. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Team Good Guys as well. Really excited for this match. Obviously, Randy Orton finally coming back after being gone for like a year, 2 years, I think. I don't really remember. So yeah, just really excited to see him back. He's been very much missed, I would say. Like, at times there was like, oh man, I kind of forgot Randy Orton was gone. But then you're like, man, Randy Orton is gone. Like, we haven't seen him in a while. And it does suck that we've seen Edge leave the company just for Cena just to miss him and come back. Now Cena just left. Randy Orton's just coming back. It's kind of sad to see all three of those guys, not be able to be in the ring at one time, or at least greet each other or pass by each other in some way. But also, nothing to, I guess, add as well is it's in Chicago. Everybody's thinking it's going to happen. Some people don't. Some people do. What do we think is going to happen with CM Punk if he will come back, and if he does, what will happen?
It's obviously looking like he's not going to come back, but the one thing that could save it is obviously if him versus Shinsuke kind of happens, like an open challenge comes up, and because if Shinsuke's music hits at any point during that pay-per-view, it's instantly the crowd's gonna erupt because they know CM Punk's gonna come after that.
Yeah.
So that'll be like the determining factor is if that happens, and if not, potentially I guess he could come in during the men's WarGame match, but wouldn't really make a lot of sense unless he like attacks Seth or something like that specifically. But even with that, I don't think I'd even want to see that really. I'd rather see the Shinsuke outcome, honestly.
Yeah, I do agree with that opinion of just it's basically if Shinsuke's on the card, then it's pretty much guaranteed. But if he's not, he probably won't show up because there's no real room for him to show up. I mean, maybe he shows up versus in the IC title match, but it just doesn't make sense. Obviously, him and Gunther could be great, and maybe he can cost the Miz and stuff like that, or cost Gunther, but Gunther still wins because of DQ. But yeah, I just don't really. I'll be honest, I don't think he's gonna be showing up. I would love for him to show. I think that'd be a crazy moment, especially with Collision going on at the same time as Survivor Series, I think there's something crazy can potentially happen. But yeah, I think it'd be amazing. It's in Chicago. I'm a little worried about what the crowd does if, knowing what could happen. Are they going to riot? Are they going to take over? I'm sure we'll hear CM Punk chants throughout the entire night. I'm sure W's ready for that as well. They know the people are wanting him back.
Yeah.
And I've seen a little bit of discussion as well of people like, if CM Punk doesn't come back, this is the biggest flop of a pay-per-view ever, which I don't agree with that at all. I think that's a stupid argument, because at the same time, Shinsuke is teasing somebody. He wants somebody to come after him. He wants somebody to show up. But WWE themselves have never said that it's CM Punk who is going to go after Shinsuke. That's never been, said. So I think there's just a real thing of, has WWE set themselves up for failures? Well, I'll ask you, is just, do you think if CM Punk doesn't show up, is it a failure,
Nah, they put on a good show, That's pretty much it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our predictions. I actually want to final question before we head out. It's kind of probably easy question, but what is the match you're most excited for?
That's going to be the men's WarGame match, obviously.
Yeah, I see it as well. But yeah, this card's looking extremely good. Really excited for it. You guys are probably excited for it. Let us know your guys' favorite match, what you're expecting, and let us know your predictions down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.